Now, Tanya Plibersek, of course, as I said before, pressure is mounting on her, the Environment Minister, over her decision to stop the McPhillamys gold mine in New South Wales after the biggest union in the country, condemned her reasoning. The Australian Workers' Union, of course, inextricably linked to the Labor Party, has voted to censure Ms Plibersek for blocking the billion-dollar mine over concerns its tailing dam would be detrimental to Aboriginal heritage. The Daily Telegraph reported today that the AWU members passed the motion at the union's national conference in Perth yesterday, accusing her of not providing any real evidence to support her decision. The motion read, quote, "The Minister's declaration relies on a little-used provision that affords the Minister wide discretion to make a decision regarding an area after receiving a report seeking to preserve that area from injury or desecration." However, in issuing the declaration blocking the McPhillamys mine, the Minister failed to produce any evidence used to justify their decision. This amounts to a lack of transparency, and gives rise to questions around rigour and fairness in the decision-making process. AWU New South Wales Secretary Tony Callanan also told the Daily Telegraph that the decision to block the McPhillamys mine without a shred of evidence is an insult to the workers of Blaney and every community that depends on mining. When 600 livelihoods are on the line, the least the government can do is be transparent. AWU members and the entire mining community deserve better than decisions made in the dark. The AWU stands with the people of Blaney and demands a fair process. The Minister should put all the evidence on the table for all to see. The workers of Blaney deserve far better. The AWU won't stand by while 600 jobs are lost because of political games played behind closed doors. And that's the real point here, was the decision to block a billion-dollar mine on the basis of Aboriginal heritage, even though it wasn't opposed by the local Aboriginal Land Council, a decision based in fact and what is best for the environment, or would it be because it would best appeal to the voters of Ms Plibersek's inner city seat of Sydney? We know, as I just said, that the local Aboriginal Land Council, the body authorised to advise on matters of cultural heritage and the like, was not opposed to the project. Here's former New South Wales Aboriginal Land Council Chairman Roy R.C.
Just for the record, Chris, the Orange Local Aboriginal Land Council wasn't opposed to the mine.
Exactly.
Right? They wasn't opposed. So what that says to me is that obviously they were happy with the surveys, the site assessments, etc., etc. What's happened here is the Minister at the Commonwealth level has listened to another group, and that's very, very concerning.
We know that one of the Indigenous people whose submission helped inform Ms Plibersek's decision, artist Nairi Reynolds, sent in a series of her own paintings to explain why the mine should not be allowed to go ahead. We know that the artist who painted the blue-banded bee dreaming story mural that was used in Ms Plibersek's evidence to halt the mine was a member of the main group that fought against the mine, and that the Orange Local Aboriginal Land Council had never previously heard of this story. Ms Plibersek, in her reasons, said she was satisfied that the proprietary and pecuniary impacts to the proponent and others do not outweigh the irreversible damage and permanent loss to the Aboriginal cultural heritage in the declared area, despite the fact that supposed cultural heritage is disputed. She also said, as I'm sure you know, that the mining company Regis should just find another way to do the project.
I haven't blocked a gold mine. I've said that the tailings dam that's proposed for the gold mine can't be built on the headwaters and springs of the Billabula River. My decision applies to 16% of a 2,500 hectare site, and I've made very clear that if the company goes ahead and moves the tailings dam, and they've said they've investigated 30 different design options for the tailings dam, then the project can go ahead.
But Regis has now gone to the federal court to have the decision overturned because it says the mine is now unviable. Ms Plibersek still hasn't truly answered why this decision was made. She hasn't given any real evidence. She hasn't answered the competing stories between Aboriginal groups or why she took the word of artists over the local Aboriginal Land Council. And now the biggest union in the country, Labor-aligned union, says that she is playing political games. Is she the Environment Minister or the Minister for sandbagging Labor votes against the Greens?